Okay, welcome everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is Lemoore City Council regular session. The date is September 18th, 2018. Let's please stand for the invocation by Chaplain Robert Davis.
With bowed heads, oh God, we thank you and we praise you, oh God. Lord, we thank you for this time, this opportunity, oh God, to gather together, oh God. And, oh God, we ask you, Lord, to bless, oh God, this meeting. Bless us, oh God, to have an open mind. Bless every council member, oh God. Bless every individual that's in this place. Oh God, that we get what we want out of this meeting, oh God. And, oh God, we thank you, we praise you, we glorify your name. In your holy and mighty name. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. This time, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Blair. Present. Councilmember Brown.
Here.
Councilmember Chedister.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Neal.
Here.
Mayor Madrigal.
Here. Okay, we are at the point now where we will approve our agenda. Is there any items, additions, and/or deletions to the agenda as it is written?
Mayor, can you please pull item 3-3?
Okay, when we get to consent calendar, we'll do that. Yeah. So, is any changes to the agenda? No. Okay, we will proceed. At this time, there is one item that we have to report out of closed session that the city attorney will report on.
So on a motion by Councilmember Chedister, seconded by Councilmember Neal, on a 4-1 vote with Councilmember Blair being absent, the council authorized the initiation of litigation in the form of declaratory relief action to verify the opinion of the city clerk of the city related to a city ordinance.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll move to public comment. I have one card, Miss Amy Ward.
Good evening, everyone. I just have two things for you today. As most of you are aware, September 28th, next Friday, we will be holding our last Rock in the Arbor of the year, so we do hope to see you guys out there. It will start at September 26th. That was really cool. I was listening to myself. That's amazing. All right, so it will start at 6 p.m., so we do hope to see you guys out there. The band August will be there. And I also am bringing today a compliment that I received in a neighboring city that I thought you guys might be interested in. I was out with a few friends on Friday night, and I met some people who worked for a refuse department for a neighboring city. And when they found out that I was from Lemoore and that I was with the chamber, I got some high fives because apparently Nacho and his guys helped them out at one point when they were in a bit of a trouble. And the exact verbiage is that they are legit and that they are very, very happy that a neighboring city would come and help them, because it doesn't always happen. So I did want to pass that along to you guys, because I know sometimes compliments are a little harder to get to you all. So I did want to pass that along. I think as a representative of Lemoore, when we go into neighboring communities and we hear the good things that our people are doing, we should thank them. So please send them my thanks for that, because I was equated with being legit because I knew them. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Is there any other public comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to the next section. We have no ceremonial presentations. Section 2 is Department and City Manager reports.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. We'll start out tonight with Chief Smith.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Two events to make Council aware of. This Friday, the 21st, we have the Hanford Chamber Public Safety Appreciation Luncheon. That'll start at 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Tickets are still available. You could either contact me or contact my assistant Valerie, and we'll make sure you have a ticket. Also, mark your schedule for October 3rd from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll be out at West Hills College at the Student Union area for Coffee with a Cop. Everyone's invited in the community. Hope to see you all there. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, Michelle Spear.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. I just wanted to let everyone know that Bird Street Brewing is officially open. It's been long awaited. We've talked about it several times in front of you, letting you know that it was coming, and it's finally here. They did a soft opening over the weekend, and my understanding is that went very well. They're located over here on Highland between C and D Street.
Excuse me. What does that pertain to?
It's a local brewing company that opened a new establishment downtown.
Okay, any knowledge about the surf? They have a surf shop that opened here downtown?
They did a soft opening right before the surf event at the Surf Ranch, but I don't believe his business is open to the public yet. Nathan, do you know more on that?
Still, I know he's getting some stuff and he's trying to get open soon, but I don't think he's officially has launched it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mayor and council members, want to just go back to the approval of the agenda. I think that City Manager Olson was, when he asked for 3-3 to be pulled, he doesn't want to be pulled for discussion. He wants it removed from the agenda.
Gotcha, okay. All right, that would have been the right time to do that then. Thank you. All right, so, are there any other reports?
Yeah, Jason Glegg, Parks and Rec Director.
Sorry, Council, you'll need to take a motion to do that.
Oh, okay, so, do I have a motion to remove item 3-3 from the consent calendar?
My motion to remove item 3-3.
Second.
Okay, so motion by Mr. Neal and a second by Mr. Brown. Mr. Neal?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Chedister?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
And I vote aye, so that change will be made to the agenda. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. Going to update you on a few events coming up. On Saturday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. is the K-Fun concert at Kings Lions Park. On Saturday, September 29th at 7 p.m. is Opera at the Green at the Lemoore Golf Course. On Saturday, October 6th at 6:30 is the Senior Prom at the Civic. On Saturday, October 27th at 12 p.m. is the Lemoore Youth Golf Tournament. It's for the Parks and Recreation Scholarship Fund. That starts at noon. And on Saturday, November 10th is the Veterans Run. At 7 a.m. registration starts. The run starts at 8 at Lions Park. Thank you.
Okay, you had Saturday, you was moving pretty fast, sir. I can't keep up with you. Saturday 22nd, what was that again?
The K-Fun concert at Kings Lions Park.
And Opera the 29th, and what was the one after that?
On Saturday, October 6th is Senior Prom at the Civic.
Okay, and then the golf tournament, October 27th.
October 27th, 12 p.m. at the Lemoore
Okay.
Golf Course. And
Thank
then
you.
the Vets Run is November 10th at 7 a.m. Lions
Gotcha.
Park.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then a couple things that I have attended the downtown the DMA meeting this week. It was nice to see such a turnout. That advisory committee went almost 2 years without holding meetings due to lack of a quorum. So not only do we have a quorum, but we probably had about a dozen or so people in attendance. So it was nice to see the engagement and the conversations going back and forth. So happy to see that. Attended the Sigma meeting for our partners in our surrounding basins as we're all starting to look at each other's plans and start coordinating a development plan. We have our first South Fourth Kings Technical Advisory Committee meeting tomorrow morning. I'll be attending from about 9 to 11. So to get our input, some of the original deadlines are coming up fast, so the coordination efforts are well underway for Sigma. And then a couple things coming up in the very near future. We're going to have Surf Ranch will be here on 10/2 for a study session along with Kings EDC for an update. 11/6 we'll have an economic development plan will be rolled out, so we'll be bringing that to council on 11/4. the communications plan, and then we're trying to schedule KWRA to come in and talk about the position and the recent study for the JPA from the Kings Waste and Recycling Authority. So a lot of good stuff coming up. And then today, the ECDev team took a trip over to Kingsburg to meet with a successful restaurant entrepreneur there, and to put things into perspective, we engaged with her and her family a few weeks ago about potentially looking at Lemoore. We went there today to follow up, and she did look at Lemoore. And the perspective part is, she's like, man, 26,000 people and the base. And I said, well, that population doesn't include the base. So Kingsburg has a population of 11,000. Her exact words were, that place is a gold mine. So happy to report they'll be coming down next week to tour Lemoore with staff.
What type of restaurant is that?
I don't want to say at this point, but I will say it's not Mexican. We have a lot of Mexican restaurants in town. We just opened a few more, so something a little bit different. But they'll be coming. So, but I just thought the perspective on 26,000 population. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and move to consent calendar. There's 3 items, or no, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 5. Are there any items that council wishes to pull for further discussion?
I'd like to please pull items 3-4 and 3-5 for discussion, please.
3, 4, and 3, 5 will be pulled for further discussion. That leaves item 3-1 and 3-2.
Oh, actually, can I ask 3-2, but just because I want a quick report from Heather, because she's been doing those.
Okay. So we have 3-2, 3-4, 3-5 being pulled from consent calendar. That leaves 3-1, which is approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve item 3-1.
Second.
Okay, so there is a motion by Mr. Chedister and a second by Mr. Neal to approve the consent calendar, which consists of 3-1, which is approval of minutes for our regular meeting, September 4th, 2018. Mr. Chedister?
Aye.
Mr. Neal?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Thank you. So we will go to item 3-3, which is approval, bid award and budget adjustment, CIP 5222. Isn't that the one? Oh, I'm sorry. 3-2. Approval investment report for month ended July 31st, 2018.
This is the investment report for July 2013. It shows how much of our funds are invested and where they are in the different types of things such as cash, CDs, the state pool, and government securities. So as of July 31st, 2018, the city had $46 million in cash and investments, and the average weighted yield to maturity was 98%.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. And I just wanted to say thank you for stepping up and giving some of these additional reports and explaining what they are, because I know I've had a couple, at least stay-at-home moms who can't come but listen in, and they were really excited to hear that you were explaining things, because that helps a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions?
With that 46 million, I'm sorry. At least I didn't make you say that. You didn't say. Okay, explain that again. The 46 million.
So the city in total, all the funds mushed together, has $46 million.
Okay.
So this shows where it's all invested. So of that $46 million.
Was that 2014, 2013? When was that?
Nope, this is 2018.
2018.
July.
Okay.
And as soon as we get the statements for August, we'll bring the August investment to you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any public comment on this? Okay, seeing none, we'll bring it back to council for motion. You have another question?
Yeah, I have another question.
Yes.
What was it, could I say, can you go back like 2015, 2016? Were we at this number? This is a good number, I see.
The $46 million?
Mm-hmm.
Off the top of my head, I don't think I could, but I could bring it back next
and see where we were last year.
Total count, total.
And see where we're moving, what direction we're moving to.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I have a question then, a follow-up. If you do that report, then make sure, just a quick question, have we changed our investment in any way? Because the yields will be different from year to year, so.
Yes, we have, yes, I will.
So if you can show that, because then they won't be comparing the
Yes.
same, so we need to see. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a great suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see, where were we? Oh, we're back here for a motion on this. A motion to approve that item, 3-2?
Make a motion to approve 3-2 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Mr. Brown and a second by Mr. Chedister. Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Chedister?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Neal?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Thank you. Motion is passed. Or item 3-2 is passed. So we will go to item 3-4 now, which is approval of the second reading. This is ordinance 2018-07. It's amending Article A and B of Chapter 7 of the City Lemoore Municipal Code relating to water use and service. Ms. Corder.